while ago, when I had a wheel with that fake leather. What's it called?
Oh, Alcantara?
Yeah, that. It drove me crazy. I like this rubber material better, so I stopped wearing the gloves until just recently. I tried them again just because I turned up the force feedback. And my thought was I could grip a little bit less tight and still get the same result.
You missed the apex. Just here to help. That one too.
Just here for the SR.
Got that one.
I missed that one.
We both blew that one. Whoa. Note to self.
Showing 2 laps of fuel left.
Alright. What could possibly go wrong?
I've never noticed. Does the track get clean between practice and quali in the race?
No, it carries over from the previous.
So all of that gravel we've already put on the track.
I believe the gravel, that I don't know about the gravel. I just know about the trails. Yeah, quali is carried over from practice. Race is carried over from qualifying as far as track conditions go.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
the rubbering and all of that. I'll be curious to see if there's sand already on the quali laps.
All right, I'm going in.
Good luck. Have fun.
I'm the 3 car.
Mercury on YouTube says cracks open his last beer of the night. Asterisk good luck.
Audrey's to Mick to me. Jesus, talk about a 2-horse race at the front.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Mercury on YouTube says gravel is cleared. Conditions in general are not.
Cool, thanks for the confirmation.
Mercury on YouTube says, oh, whoops, wrong account. Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says that's better.
I was wondering who that was. Hey, Kevin. I don't get a lot of random visitors.
Friends and family.
Green flag. Good luck. Okay, mate. First quali lap. Come on. Nice and clean. Get a banger in.
Fucked it up. Okay, well, fucked up first lap.
Showing 2 laps of fuel left.
Oh, I missed that one.
Come on, one more lap. Come on, push, push, push. Come on. You've got about 1 lap left of fuel, mate.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says just means I can like the video again.
Thanks. Probably doubled my light count.
Right, that's it. There's the flag. It's all over.
Race set.
Yep. You got me. Oh, Glenn, you got me by 0.003 of a second.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay then.
I spun on lap 1.
So lap 2 was your banker. That's why I got you.
Lap 2 was butt pucker the whole time.
Yep, that's fair.
Adrius.
All right, how we doing? 113 track temp.
Did everybody? Is everyone? UV still hasn't finished. Bet he has. Is he still out there?
Aiden. Uwe and Aiden.
Oh. Okay.
What are we? Minute 45 left in qualifying. What's Nick saying? 100% in fact what?
I have no idea.
Except that he doesn't drink. I'd say he's been drinking.
There's a guy that might be a little less crazy if he did drink.
Audrius, Mick, John, Gary, Uwe, Gary, Pedro, Jem. I think we've seen Tom Willett before, right? He's not a complete newbie.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think he might have been in the racing last. I think he's in that group that raced last night.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's part of Nick Nevin's group.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not exactly sure. That name looks familiar.
Cool.
Leopoldo has been. Leopoldo's been around. He's been poking in and out all season.
Okay. All right, 35 seconds left in quali. Where are we? So we're waiting on Uwe and Aiden. We are at Laguna Seca, which is in Monterey. Is that right, John?
Correct. Monterey, California.
Monterey, California. We attracted 15 drivers. I'm car number 7, and so far, oof, looks like I've qualified P3. That's scary.
Fucking thousands.
We're looking for 25 laps. And track temperature's currently 113 Fahrenheit with moderate usage. All right.
Oh, look at Pedro. Yeah, he's improving quite a bit.
Yeah, he is. It's fun racing him. All right, race set is active.
Sitting here, I'm just looking at the blimp.
Right, there's enough fuel there, mate.
All right.
Finish your race, you're fine.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says good to see some more time slots go official approximately the last season. Thanks to Nick.
76.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin.
Right. Go, go, go. The next car's the leader.
Oh,
Didn't take
One on
long.
your left. Clear.
oh
On your left.
God.
Clear. One on your left. Clear.
All right, hello, recovery drive.
Well, you wasted that.
Jeez.
One on your right. Clear. Right side. Clear on the
Kevin
right.
Verbruggen on YouTube says last to first it is.
Well, definitely not last to first unless Nick and Audrius take each other out. And John and Gary take each other out. But maybe last to fifth? I don't know. Is that realistic?
Are you last?
I was.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube
Well
says
done.
good sandcastle though. Sorry, haha.
If you're gonna fuck it up, make it a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I was far enough out in the sand that there wasn't a
Andreas
reasonable
is
gap.
out.
It was Audrius I got spooked about hitting and bailed out.
Yeah, it was a fugly start.
I mean, that was probably one of my worst in forever.
Go left, left, left.
It's important to get those in when you had a good qualifying.
Oh man. The saving grace of being on the outside of turn 1. It's only you who suffers, and the car doesn't get broken.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says what happened to Auditrius?
I think he just went off turn 1, Kevin. I'm not sure exactly why or how, but he was in the wall off of, technically, yes, turn 2, the Andretti hairpin. I think they called this little kink turn 1.
You do.
I can't for the life of me think of it as turn 2 though.
You guys just make a mess out of this racetrack.
One on your right. You're clear. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap, 22.962. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap, 22.821. One on your right. Clear, good job.
Thanks, Don. I think you let me by there.
Slow car on the left. Left side. All clear. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap, 22.724.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says, oh no.
20 more to go.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says, rip jam.
Yeah, that was close.
Scary spit freaking gravel everywhere. You guys are pigs.
The leader just did up 22.95. Liking that, mate. Fastest lap in the session.
Apexes. Who needs them?
Nick's slowing down.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says I don't.
Oh, did you get bored? Harry must have had a problem. Jesus, Gary just died back there.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says hot track equals no apexes in sight.
Yep. Although you'd think we'd figure that out after enough laps.
There's a slow car on the right. There's a slow car on the right.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says you'd think so, but I'm sure it's true for Mick as well.
Yes, we got a three-way fight ahead of me now. This is good for me. Gary keeps falling back.
Yeah, he's having a problem.
Is he broken?
I don't know what happened. He made a mistake. I got by. He didn't look like he hit anything. I think he's got equipment like his shifter's failing or something.
Yeah, that sucks. It's not how I want to catch him. But I'm going to pass him anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna take his iRacing.
Oh no, Gary just blew his engine.
Clear. The car behind you's
I
gone
bet
off.
his shifter failed. He's been having shifter problems.
Yeah, it could be, because it was definitely on the downshift into the Andretti hairpin.
Yeah. That's what caused my spin at Watkins Glen.
You mean the one I didn't cause?
Correct.
Although we didn't really spin, we just plowed like barges right into the barrier. That was conveniently timed. Oh.
No, you've just cut the cord. You're going to have to slow down and get the time back. Okay, the lead is running 24.023.
Nick's just freaking toying with me.
Don't let him insult you like that. Take him out.
Oh, trust me. I've hit him a couple times already.
All right, Glenn. Nice exit, Uwe.
I was looking at my gauges when you did that.
Robin Hood on YouTube says P4 still in range, but UV got to get by.
Yeah, bad news for me is Uva never makes mistakes.
10 more laps.
Not big ones anyway. Super consistent with that 4.99 safety rating. 1 race a week, 2 sometimes. Pretty amazing. And if I would stop doing my fast in, slow out routine, that was better.
One on your right.
Mine punt.
Clear.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says Tom has good pace for being relatively new to the car.
Yeah, he does. He's been real consistent.
Car 3 has taken the lead.
Kim Porter on YouTube says mind punt on UE.
Yep, it works sometimes. I'm surprised though, Uva very seldom makes mistakes. And it wasn't really close, but I did put the car in his mirrors. And then I saw very specifically he locked up the left front. And that was it.
Kim Porter on YouTube says do the same to Tom.
Not sure which tire it was, but I locked up one there. Must have been the right front.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says starts charging mind crystals asterisk.
Whatever it takes, Kevin. I'm not above some Ouija.
Okay, the lead is running 23.444.
Voodoo.
Car 2 is up front. Liking that, mate. Fast clapping the session.
Tom's crazy consistent. Way more consistent than I am. Jeez, come on, Glenn.
Not yet.
Always a big iRating day when you beat Adrius.
Liking that, mate.
You don't beat him, you take his points.
Stay focused. Right side. Clear. Good job.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says your pace is still better. Go get him.
Just hope the race is long enough.
Go left, left, left.
Well, that was fun, Tom. Very impressive.
Okay, 5 laps of fuel, 5 laps.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says well.
Well done, that's good position. Nice work there.
Robin Hood on YouTube says Pedro has messed up too. Ivy on for podium. Robin Hood on YouTube says no pressure.
I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch me soar.
I'm more of a fart in a hurricane.
You said it, not me.
Just can't break into the 22s.
It's that plexiglass ceiling.
That's it, mate. You're getting faster. Come on, come on.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says would need a lot with a 3-second gap, but nothing's impossible. Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says and 2 places. Kem Porter on YouTube says time to quell Quellen.
Nice, Cam.
many people are watching you?
Can't keep track.
There are 2 laps to go.
Ah. I don't want to put too much pressure on Gary, with his new heart checkout.
Yeah. Good strategy. Let's not kill the poor guy.
That's my excuse for missing the exit, and I'm sticking to it.
Showing 2 laps of fuel left. Okay, the lead is running 23.185. That's 1 to go.
What do you say, podium or bin?
There you go.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm in P5.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says so. How much is Mick holding back according to John?
John, how much is Mick holding back?
At least 3/4 of a second a lap.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says definitely just a random question. Not getting info at all, haha.
You've got about 1 lap left of fuel line.
Well, that was exhilarating.
Checkered flag, checkered
What'd you get?
flag.
P5.
Good effort. You did a very good job out there.
With P3, I think Pedro finished maybe 2 seconds ahead. Nice job, John.
Yeah, Gary,
Kem Porter on YouTube says nice top 5.
that's too bad. Gary, obviously had a problem.
Yeah, something was going on. Thanks, Cam. Yeah, I was kind of just blowing hot air with the hope. I wouldn't even say guess. The hope for P5. Or whatever it is I was spouting on the second lap. Still bloody annoying.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says shame about the lap 1 mistake, but good comeback after that.
Yeah, it was a decent drive after that. I'm still annoyed at myself. John, owe you an apology. It should have been me and you battling up there. Having fun.
Yeah.
Pierre de Coubertin.
Yeah,
Camcorder
I
on
was
YouTube says I only tuned in about
I was
halfway.
expecting a battle, and again, I don't know what the hell happened to
He is a
Gary.
Frenchman, so I
I
suppose he
pinged him on
knows.
Discord. I think his shifter shit the bed. I bet his shifter crapped out.
Yeah. Yeah, that would explain a lot of his pace and then the blown engine.
Yeah, no, his pace was fine, and then all of a sudden he just, he appeared to make a mistake, a small mistake, and I got by him. And I thought he was a little late. I thought he could have recovered from the mistake, and he didn't. And it's like, okay, well, shit happens. And then he just went straight backwards. So I think,
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't go off track. He didn't hit anything. He was all of a sudden he just slowed down. Like he was like 4 seconds back almost immediately.
Yeah, he was definitely
Anyway.
off the pace when he got to me.
Oh, Mick must have been bored shitless. All right, I'm gonna go
Sure.
eat. Have a good night, Glenn.
See you, John. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep. Good.
All right, let's watch this lap 1, turn 2 debacle. So it was totally on me, total brain fart. I saw Audrius go wide, and I was basically a little bit fast on him. I just didn't want to hit anybody, and I lifted a little bit. What did my brake trace look like there? Yeah. Whoops. Not what I intended.
Alexei Watson on YouTube says just did my fist practice session in this car, 125. Might join the next race session if there's enough people. Even Thiog I won't be competitive. I'll keep an eye out for you.
Hey, Alexei. Yeah, awesome. Congrats. The next reliable official we're going to get is Thursday at 19:30 GMT. So if you're not familiar with the group, we only get officials maybe 4 or 5 times a week, but Wednesday night, Thursday afternoon, Friday again at 23:30, and then the big one is Saturday at
Kevin
13:30.
Verbruggen on
So
YouTube says
come
I
on
hope
out.
it's a shifter problem for Gary, but then again, his luck on technical issues would be terrible.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. That's super frustrating. He broke his pedals a couple of months too, and literally went out the day of, scrounged around town, found a couple of sets of Moza pedals.
Alexei Watson on YouTube says good to know. I will aim for that. Looks like a fun race.
Good. Yeah, thanks, Alexei. Come on out. We're happy to have you. If you haven't found the Discord, ping me on iRacing. It's the same name, same username. Of course, I'll send you a link to the Discord. That's where all the activity is these days. The forums are pretty quiet. Yeah, and then as I'm slowly making my way back on track here, there was really only maybe one position I could have maybe jumped in front of. It was that Leopoldo, but I wasn't safe and I didn't feel comfortable poking my
Camcorder on
nose in.
YouTube says IMSA Vintage America's slot coming up in about 30 minutes.
There you go. That's good intel. All right, I can't think if there's anything else. There was a couple of passes there that I'll go back and take a look at just for my training purposes. I just want to make sure that, they were safe and reasonable. I think this was Seth. Yeah, Seth let me by. Appreciate it, Seth, but you don't need to do that. We can just race. Thanks for coming out. We see you every week. I know you don't do Discord, but come in anytime. Leopoldo let me go too. All right, so I won't spend long doing this. I want to get busy. We got a lot to do tonight. It's already
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says at Alexei Watson the largest sessions
8
are
o'clock
always
my
at
time.
13:30 GMT Saturday. Lots of competition on different levels at that time slot.
not sure Andres was letting me go here, but he was definitely a lot slower than I expected. Braked earlier than I expected, so probably surprised him by going in there, but he reacted well. Sorry about that, Andres.
Alexei Watson on YouTube says, unfortunately that's midnight in Australia. Sad face.
And Aussie, yep, we've got a couple. I don't know if you noticed, but Uwe Jacobsen was in this race. I think he's Gold Coast, if I remember right. If you see Ben Zoko around, he's a pretty, he's one of the founders. In fact, he's the guy who set up the original Discord server. He comes out when he can. He's in Australia. Forget exactly where. Don Peak still love the Lifesaver livery. All right, I'm bored of watching the replay. I'll bail.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says, in that case you could join the Wednesday and Friday slots. Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says those work the best for AUS times.
Yeah, I think Ben often tries to make the Friday 23:30. And then occasionally he'll make the Saturday race, but I don't know if that's been common for him recently. I've seen him a couple times. I think he was at Thruxton. And I think wherever we were after that, Charlotte. Not Charlotte. He doesn't care for the ovals. All right. Where do we end up? Our strength of field, even with Audrius, was 25.76. I lost a tiny bit of safety. I think I ended up with 6 off tracks. And gained 27 iRacing.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says, but yay, low participation series. Alexei Watson on YouTube says, thanks gents. Thankfully the new iRacing series insights makes it easy to see which sessions are active. I've joined the Discord in any case. Thanks.
Awesome. Welcome, Alexei. If you haven't found it, that whenrace.com I just put.
On Twitch says whenrace.com.
That'll have
YouTube
a
says
lot of
whenrace.com.
the information for a lot of the low participation series, including the Lotus 79 and a couple others. IMSA Vintage is really popular. You heard Cam talking about that. The Lotus 79 attracts a lot of the same drivers, so take a look there too. That'll kind of get you zoned in on when these lower participation series go official. All right, so P5 after being P15 briefly. Can't complain about that. I was going to take a look and see what happened to Audrius. I forgot that. Mixed fastest lap 122.7. John
Kevin
123
Verbruggen on YouTube
even.
says, at Alexei, hope to see you in races in the future, if possible. Smiley face.
Yeah, Alexei, come out and race. You'll only see Kevin's gearbox. He's one of the fast guys. I had about the same fastest lap as John did. How do I compare? So in the race, since Audrius wasn't there, he didn't set a fastest lap. Did he go out on lap? Guess he went out at the end of lap 1, start of lap 2. That's a bummer. Nick was fastest, of course, and then technically, how did it play out? I was, what is that, 2/100ths faster than John, but nothing in that. Okay, well, that was fun. Not exactly what I expected.
Kevin Verbruggen on YouTube says, unless I park it in the wall, winky face.
True of us all. True of us all. Lucky not to park it in the wall this time. Unlucky to completely screw it up, but at least I screwed it up at the worst possible time and lost every position there was to lose. Not unhappy with the ability to peel back to
Kevin
P5.
Verbruggen on
Got
YouTube
lucky.
says, thanks, thought.
Got lucky on a couple of those, but that was fun. Had a good race with Don Peak. Had a good race with Uwe. Nice fun, Uwe. Nice race with Tom. Welcome to the series, Tom Willett. Keep coming back. I am a little bit bummed that I couldn't battle that entire race with John. Speaking of people who never make mistakes, just consistently banging out those fast laps. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Oh well. Next time, John, I hope. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I am out of commission until Friday. I hope to race Friday, 23:30. Thanks for watching.